So what's up mga Kokotes, me Kuya Jet. Welcome sa Quadernoso, and learning is the name of the game. At kung bago ka pa lang sa aming YouTube channel, pindutin mo ng subscribe, like, and share button para maging updated ka sa aming videos. What's up mga Kokote, and for this day, another educational vlog na naman ang ating gagawin. And we will talking about business math. Ayan. So kapag ikaw ay nag-aaral, ang unang-unang lesson sa business math ay simple interest. So ano nga ba yung mga dapat nating tandaan or yung mga terms na naka-indicate sa simple interest? So first of all, meron tayong debtor or maker. So the debtor or maker, it is the person who borrows money for any purpose. Yan. So pag sinabi nating debtor or maker, ito yung taong umuutang. Ayan, so kapag may umuutang sa atin, ang tawag sa umuutang na taong iyon ay debtor or maker. Second is lender. It is the person or institution which loans the money. So ito naman yung mga nagpapautang. So ito yung mga may pera na linalapitan ng mga debtor or maker. So third, we have interest. So interest, it is the payment for the use of borrowed money. So ito yung parang patong sa pera. Ito yung tubo na nilalagay ni lender para kay debtor. So fourth, we have the principal. It is the capital or sum of money invested. So yung principal, ito yung kabuuang perang inutang ni debtor or maker. Ayan. So tapos meron tayong rate of interest, the fractional part of the principal that is paid on the loan. So next, we have time or term. Ayan, it is the number of units of the time for which the money is borrowed and for which interest is calculated. Ito yung kung gaano katagal niya babayaran yung inutang niya kay lender. Next, finally, we have the final amount or maturity value. It is the sum of principal and interest which is accumulated at a certain time. Ayan, so ito yung kabuuang perang babayaran ni debtor kay lender. Kasama yung kabuuang pera plus yung tubo na pinatong ni lender. Ito lang yung mga dapat nating tandaan. Yan, yung pitong definition terms while we are studying simple interest in business math. Ayan. So, recap lang tayo. We have the debtor or maker, we have the lender, interest, principal, rate of interest, time or term, tsaka yung final amount or maturity value. Logically speaking, and the concept of understanding the simple interest is that if you borrow money or make a loan, you return an amount higher than what you borrow. And if you save money, you lend your money to banks in exchange of an amount which is higher than your savings. Ayan, so dun sa statement number 1 natin, na kapag daw ikaw ay nangutang ng pera or ng hiram, babalik mo ito ng mas mataas kaysa sa hiniram mo. And then, on the statement number 2, if you save money sa isang bangko, kapag nagpa-deposit ka doon, ang kailangan gawin ng bank para, bilang kapalit ng pagtatago ng pera mo is lalagyan nila ito ng patong para sa, depende sa time span ng pag-deposit mo dun sa pera. So, in simple interest, we have one formula in order to compute the simple interest. So, interest in which the original principal bears interest for the entire term of the loan. So, we have I for the simple interest, capital P for principal, small r for rate, and small t for time in years. Lagi natin tandaan na ang time na gagamitin natin ay years. Kung ito ay naka-month or days, kailangan natin siyang gawing fraction. Ayan, so regarding days pala is i-discuss or papaliwanag natin siya later on kung paano siya computed. So simple interest, I is equals to PRT. So yun lang. So interest time is equals to principal times rate times time, at meron ka ng interest. So sometimes meron tayong problems na ma-encounter sa simple interest na naghahanap ng principal, rate, or time. Ayan. So, we will use this pyramid. Ayan. So, wherein yung interest natin is nasa taas, second layer, at yung mga nasa baba natin is yung principal, rate, tsaka time. Ayan. So, di ba nga, kapag nawawala yung interest, tatakluban lang natin yung nasa tuktok, kaya pag-multiply natin yung principal, rate, tsaka time. So, ganun din, kapag nawala ang principal, tatakluban lang natin yung P, tapos ang magiging resulta or magiging formula niya is interest divided by rate times time. Ayan. So, kapag naman time yung nawawala, ang magiging formula is interest divided by principal times rate. Ayan, so kapag naman rate ang tinatanong, kasi nga naka-percentage ito, so madadagdagan lang siya ng isang term. Ayan, so ang mangyayari ay interest divided by principal times time, bago yung magiging sagot na yon is i-multiply natin by 100. Yan. So for an example, find the interest and final amount of 120,000 at 4 and 1/4% simple interest for 15 years. So ang gagawin natin dyan is in order to compute for the interest, we will use the formula I is equals to principal times rate times time. So our interest is equals to the principal, which is 120,000, times the rate, which is the 4 and 1/4%, and our time is 15 years as indicated on the problem. Ayan, so ang gagawin lang natin is pag-multiply natin siya using our scientific calculator. So we will be having 120,000 multiplied by 4 and 1/4% and multiply by 15, and our interest is equals to 76,500 pesos, and that's it. Ayan, so in order to compute for the final amount, kasi nga sinasabi doon ay what is our interest and the final amount, so dalawa yung hinihingi. So in order to answer that, we need to use the formula, the final money or yung final value natin is equals to principal plus interest. So our principal as indicated on the problem na ang pin natin is equals to 120,000 plus 76,500 na compute natin previously. 120,000 plus 76,500 is equals to 196,500 pesos, and that's it. So sometimes meron tayong may encounter na problem na nawawala si interest pero ang hinahanap is yung final amount. Ayan, so hindi dapat tayo magpanik kapag gano'n na yung lumabas sa ating exam or yung tanong ni teacher sa atin. So ang formula kasi ng final amount is F is equals to principal plus interest. Total nga nawawala si interest, we need to find another way para masagutan yung problem na yon. And then we have the additional formula of final amount is equals to principal plus the product of the principal rate and time. So para hindi tayo masyadong makomplicated doon dahil masyadong mahirap ilagay sa calculator, simplify natin yung formula na yon at meron tayong final amount is equals to principal multiply by the sum of 1 plus rate times time. Ayan, so ito. Yan. So para madali. So ang magiging formula niya is F is equals to P times 1 plus rate times T. Ayan. So tama. Ayan. Yun yung magiging way natin para ma-solve yung next question na gagawin natin. For second example, we have the simple interest rate is 7.5% and the amount of the principal is 2,500 pesos. We need to determine the future amount at the end of 20 months. Ayan, so naka-months po tayo. So ang gagawin natin ay we need to compute for the final value or yung final amount na babayaran niya at the end. So we cannot use the formula F is equals to principal plus interest since interest is not given. So ang mangyayari, we will using final is equals to principal multiply by 1 plus rate times time. Ayan, so ang mangyayari is 2,500 is our principal multiply by 1 plus 7.5%, which is yun yung rate natin. And then dahil nga sinabi natin kanina na ang time lagi ay naka-years, pero ang sinabi kanina doon is 20 months lang, we will divide it to 12. So 20 months divided by 12 months. So, okay lang kahit fraction siya, hindi naman kasi hinihingi na dapat i-decimal natin kasi we will using scientific calculator. So, ang magiging sagot sa 2,500 multiply by 1 plus 7.5% times 20 over 12 is equals to 2,812.50 pesos. And that is our final na babayaran ni Debtor. So, certain investment earns 2,000 pesos in 18 months at a rate of 8% simple interest. How much is the principal investment? So, yun yung question number 3 natin. So, dito sa problem nito, ang hinahanap natin ay yung principal. So, we need to compute for P. So, P is equals to interest over rate times time, which is yun yung ating formula kapag hinahanap natin yung principal. So, principal is equals to 2,000 over 8% multiplied to 18 months over 12 months. Ayan. So, bakit? So, kagaya nga ng sinabi natin, ang ating interest ay 2,000 pesos and then yung ating rate is 8% and then yung ating time sinabi is 18 months lang. Eh dahil nga dapat naka-years ang ating time, we need to divide it to 12 months. Ayan, kasi sa isang taon meron tayong 12 months. So, kapag nakuha na natin iyon, ang magiging sagot natin ay 16,666.66666. Pero dahil nga tayo ay nag-uusap tungkol sa money, may money involvement ito, we need to consider only 2 decimal places. So, we need to round off it kung kinakailangan. So, ang magiging sagot natin is 16,666.67 pesos. Yan. So, wag natin kakalimutan yung ating sign na peso. Yan, yung peso sign natin. Paano naman natin malalaman kung rate yung hinahanap sa ating problem? So, madali lang yan. So, if a principal of 2,500,000 pesos earns interest of 580,125 pesos in 3 years and 3 months, tandaan natin ang time ay nabinigay ay 3 years and 3 months. Yan. So, maiiba yung itsura ng ating time sa formula mamaya. So, what simple interest rate is in effect? So, eto nga, ang hinahanap ay simple interest rate. Dahil sa word na rate, ang ating hahanapin ay yung rate. Kaya, ang magiging sagot natin should be in percent. So, we need to compute for the rate or yung R. So, in our pyramid, nasabi natin kanina na magiging formula niya is rate is equals to I over PT. Tapos, yung sagot na yon is mumultiply pa natin sa 100 kasi nga rate, 'di ba? Pag sinabing rate, dapat naka-percent form. So, ang interest natin is 580,000 and 125 pesos. Tapos yung i-divide natin siya sa 2,500,000, tapos multiply natin siya sa 3 years and 3 months. So, kapag 3 years and 3 months ang given, pwede natin siyang gawing mixed fraction para hindi na tayo mahirapang mag-convert into improper fraction. Ayan, so, pwede naman ang mangyayari ay magiging 3 and 12. So, kung sa mixed fraction, 'di ba, kapag meron tayong 3 dito, ibig sabihin, tatlong 12 yung meron. So, which is nga may 3 years. Yan. So, yung 3 years na yon is equivalent to so 36 months. Ayan. Eh, sabi, meron pa daw additional na 3 months. Ayan. Kaya yun yung i-divide natin sa 12. So, tapos wag natin kakalimutan i-multiply siya sa 100. Yan. So, magiging rate natin is equals to 7.14%. And that's it. So, ano naman yung clue word natin kapag time yung hinahanap? So, eto lang yun. Kapag may nabasa or narinig tayong how long, eto yung hinahanap na yung time. So, dun lang natin malalaman. So, for our example number 5, we have how long it will take to accumulate 5,000 pesos to 7,000 pesos if simple interest rate is 8%. So, for this question, we need to hanapin nga natin yung time, di ba? We need to compute for T. So, T is equals to I over PR based on our pyramid kanina. So, our interest is 2,000 pesos and our principal is 5,000 pesos. Yan. So, ang rate natin is 8%. So, may clue tayo dito kapag hindi natin mahanap or ma-identify kung ano dito yung principal or yung interest. Always remember lang na kapag yung interest ang hinahanap, ito yung mas maliit na value kasi ito yung tubo. Ayan. So, ang unfair naman kung mas malaki pa yung tubo, di ba, kasi dun sa inutang. So, dapat yung ipapatong ni lender dun sa inutang, sa principal is konti lang. Yan. Tapos, ang magiging sagot natin is 5 years. So, 2,000 over 5,000 multiply by 8% is equals to 5 years.